What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Rage in the Cage with Bam Bam and Schwaggs. I'm your host, Frank Bam Bam Horak. With me, as always, my co-host, Mikey Schwaggs.
Hey, Frankie, how's it going? It is a beautiful evening here in Long Island, New York, Westbury.
Absolutely, Mikey. We had a great weekend. Friday kicked it off with some great fights. And then, as you can tell, we both have our
I'm pretty
Giants
sure
jerseys
we saw
on.
that Sunday night game.
We did. So we're going to start off with talking about the championship games. First, we'll start off in the AFC, where we had the Baltimore Ravens taking on the New England Patriots in Foxborough.
And that was a great game, Frank. It came down to the wire, to the end, just like we predicted.
Well, I think I predicted that. I believe you said the Patriots were going to win by 2 scores. But
No, I actually said a touchdown, I believe, and I was still right in saying the Patriots were going to win that game.
I think we have to go back to videotape about that. But I did have the Ravens winning, and they came as close as you could. They kind of gave that game away. How Lee Evans didn't catch that ball in the end zone, I still don't know.
Well, yeah, that's a whole other story that we can get into, is whether it was a catch or not.
I don't think it was a catch, but they should have reviewed it.
Well, yes, at least review the play. It was close enough to be
in that
reviewed.
case, yeah. I mean, talking about the winner goes on to the Super Bowl. It's not like a Week 2 matchup or something. Winner goes on to the Super Bowl. It was definitely close enough that you have to review it. In my personal opinion, it was not a catch, but still, review it.
I don't think it was a catch.
You got to review it. Absolutely have to review it.
Definitely agree with reviewing that play.
And then you have the kicker choking.
Oh, Billy Cundiff. That guy couldn't have had a worse afternoon than anybody on the Ravens team.
Yeah, that was rough.
And to make matters even worse, he was a Pro Bowl kicker this year.
He was having a great season for him, and I was surprised because he pretty much sucked when he was with the Cowboys. And
that's when we loved Billy Cundiff.
That's right, but
being Giants fans.
32 yards. I thought for sure that game was going to overtime.
That wasn't even close.
No,
it really wasn't even close.
But that was the other thing, though. Not to put it all on him, though. I blame Harbaugh also.
Yes, he should have called the timeout.
Absolutely, because you're not icing your kicker there.
You've seen him sprinting onto the field. They weren't ready for
Everything was very rushed. The snapper was rushed. The hold was rushed. The kick was rushed. It was just a mess at the end.
Yeah, I heard he was on the sidelines in sweatpants. He wasn't even ready. He had to rush onto the field. They didn't even know what down it was. They were all discombobulated on the sidelines. And yeah, I would have to blame Harbaugh partly for that as well.
Makes no sense why you keep a timeout in your pocket there. You absolutely have to take a timeout.
You go home with a timeout.
But with that said, it was a good game. Patriots move on to the Super Bowl. But now let's get on to Mr. Joe Flacco, because you ripped into him pretty good the last time.
I did rip into him pretty good last time.
And he outplayed Brady.
To his credit.
He played good. Well, he didn't play
good. He played great.
He was. I mean,
I will give him all credit due. He played a phenomenal game, and he did outplay Tom Brady in that game, hands down.
Absolutely. 306 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was not the reason the Ravens lost that game.
Not even close.
Because they had trouble running the ball, which I didn't. Yeah. I thought they were going to be able to run on the Patriots pretty easily.
Yeah, I believe you said Ray Rice was.
I thought he was having a big game. I mean, he didn't have a horrible game. He had he chipped in
like 60-something rushing yards.
67, I think, and he also had some receptions as well. He did a typical Ray Rice type of game, running and catching the ball, but did not put up the yards I thought he was going to put up.
Yeah.
Patriots defense.
Well, they stopped that one play. They kept stopping that zone run.
Yeah, I don't know why they kept doing it, but
that's pretty much the Ravens' only run play if you think about it.
I guess, yeah. It was.
Did they not run those 3 plays that I said that they would run? A lot of the time. They actually scored a touchdown with one of them.
Yes, they did. You're right.
I mean that's the Ravens' game plan, and that's what they do. Teams know it by now.
They do. Well, the Patriots defense, though, they've gotten better as the season's gone on, but they gave up a lot of big plays there.
But this guy, Sterling Moore, came out of nowhere making those 2 plays at the end of the game.
Absolutely.
The guy was not even on New England when the 2 teams first met.
No, he wasn't.
He was playing for Oakland, then got signed to the practice squad and moved up and made probably the biggest games of his life in that championship game.
And again, though, they gave up the big. Bolden had over 100 yards. Smith chipped in with some big catches. The Patriots defense still gives up the big plays, though.
Yeah.
So,
but they were able to stop.
They did it. Yeah, they did enough. I mean, if you told me Brady was going to throw 2 picks, no touchdowns, not even throw for 200 yards.
Even that. If you told me Brady was going to get outplayed by Joe Flacco and the Patriots were still going to win the game, I'd say you out of your mind.
Absolutely. He did get some help, though. Green Ellis actually had a solid game.
Green Ellis had a monster game.
I want to say monster game, but he had a good game.
Against the Ravens, though? Against the Ravens defense, he had a pretty good game.
He did. I know. He had about like 70 yards rushing. It was a good game. It was a nice, solid game for him. They need that little balance because, they don't really have a deep threat. I mean, you have Welker, who's a great receiver, but, he's not going to be burning down the field.
No,
And then you got the two big tight ends who.
Well, let's get into that quickly with Gronkowski. And every Patriots fans remember Bernard the Assassin Pollard, as he's better known to the Patriots fans, because of what he did to Brady in that 2008 season.
Yeah.
He pretty much assassinated their season.
He did.
It looked like he almost took out Gronkowski for a minute in that game when he rolled his ankle with that tackle.
Yeah, I mean, that was a clean
Oh,
play.
no, I'm not saying it was a dirty play or anything, but
yeah, if you're a Patriots
it was just
fan,
an ironic that it was Bernard Pollard doing the dirty work.
Absolutely. And yeah, if you're a Patriot fan, your heart obviously dropped. But
you love using that term, your heart dropped.
It's one of my catchphrases. That's right.
One of your catchphrases. You got to patent that.
I do. I got to patent that. Anyway, but
Bam's
it looked a lot worse than apparently they're all reporting that it's not that bad. He was in a walking boot after the game, but
well, I'm saying he went to the back and then it seemed like he was back out in less than like 10 plays.
Yeah, I mean, obviously for the Super Bowl he's going to be out there.
He
might not be 100. He might not be 100%. Who knows how bad the ankle injury is? With the Patriots, they always keep things close to the vest, as they say.
Yeah. Great. Is that another one of your catchphrases?
I think it might be.
Or is
close
it the
to
Patriots catchphrase?
I think Belichick uses it every once in a while.
Belichick.
Me and him are on the same
that guy has
wavelength.
the same press conferences after every game.
Oh, he's got the personality of a freaking doorknob.
Yep, we went out there, we played good. Yeah. That's how our defense does.
I love his reaction when the kicker missed the kick. It didn't even seem like he even missed it. It was kind of
It looked like the game was still going on by his reaction.
Yeah.
Or like he didn't even know where he was.
Whatever works for him, I guess.
That guy, he's got the blankest expressions for being an NFL coach.
I think that pretty much sums up the AFC Championship game.
Yes.
Now, let's move on to this little game we call the NFC Championship, as the New York Football Giants took on the San Francisco 49ers.
It was as advertised as it was.
Well put, yes.
As advertised as it was.
It was. It was a great game. We both predicted the Giants were going to win, but we also said it was not going to be close. I mean, it was not going to be like a blowout.
No,
we said it was going to be right down to the
end of the game, which it was.
It was. When you looked at I think they were even in yards for most of the game. It was just back and forth. Great.
Yeah.
It was a change of pace because it's been all offense all season for around the league. It's been like every quarterback
struggle
has been getting 400 yards. This was back to the old days, rainy, muddy. Defense. It was all about defense.
All about the defense.
It was just great. Giants defense played great.
And
49ers defense played great.
What the game came down to was, in the end, special teams.
It came down to special teams, but it also came down to the quarterbacks because Eli, I keep getting more and more respect for the guy. I mean, freaking 64 dropbacks for passes. He got knocked down 20 times, sacked 6 times.
Hit like 9.
And it wasn't like little hits where, they come
he was getting crushed.
He was getting
crushed every single play.
Every time he came up, he had his shoulder pads out, his helmet was to the side.
I remember one play, he had just dirt all over his face, grass.
He wasn't getting hit by one guy. About 4 guys were in. They were clean hits, but they were crushing him.
One play with Patrick Willis in him, I thought Eli wasn't going to get up.
No, and he just kept getting back up, kept his composure, and kept making big passes after big passes.
The throws he were making out in that weather, it was just unbelievable, some of the throws he made.
Absolutely.
All right, well, let's get to the game and talk about how this game went down. The 49ers got out to the early lead with a 73-yard touchdown pass to Vernon
Davis, the one guy who don't want to beat you, he beat you.
He just absolutely blew away Antro Roll on a wheel route. Just outran him.
No, when he's got his head on right, he's one of the best tight ends in the game. But
hands down.
Typical Vernon Davis fashion, though, he scores a touchdown
and he jumps on the camera stand.
Takes a dumb 15-yard penalty. Makes no sense. Just hand the ball to the ref.
That leads to the Giants.
Act like you've been there. And
first score of the game.
Absolutely.
3-yard touchdown to Bear Pasco.
A
Bear sighting in the playoffs.
His first touchdown couldn't have came at a better time.
Ever.
Yeah, came at a perfect time.
That was the spark the Giants needed.
Absolutely.
Going into the second quarter. And from there on, I believe the 49ers took a 10-7 lead.
No, the Giants took a 10-7 lead.
The Giants took a 10-7 lead.
Giants had a 10-7 going into the half.
It
was, like we said, we knew it was going to be a back and forth game. 49ers then took the lead 14-10, another Vernon Davis touchdown. I would say the one thing, though, that the one guy who didn't want to beat you was Vernon Davis. He scored 2 touchdowns, had over 100 yards reception, but he only had 3 receptions.
But also,
and then when you look at the other
only receiver you should be covering. I can't even name you another receiver besides Crabtree on that team.
Well, that was the thing. As far as the receivers go for San Francisco, they had 1 catch combined for 3 yards. Crabtree had 1 catch for 3 yards.
That was with like 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. That was towards the end of the game.
It was ridiculous. And
Alex Smith only threw 12 passes? Only completed 12 passes?
Yeah, 12 passes, and they were all. I mean, if it wasn't for that Vernon Davis two big completions. He would have had like under 100 yards passing. So, I mean, again, Alex Smith.
He had a good game too. He
didn't turn the ball over. Threw for the 2 touchdowns. Had I think 50-something yards rushing. You know, he had a solid game, but you saw as the game though came down to the clutch though, late fourth quarter overtime.
He couldn't get it done.
He could not complete a pass to save his life.
And the Giants
part of that though is the Giants. They stepped it up.
They were stepping it up in that fourth quarter and overtime. Absolutely,
Tuck, OC, Pierre-Paul, all of them were getting hits. Definitely putting pressure on them. And when it came down to the end, we knew it was going to be the quarterbacks, the pass rush. And then obviously, though, the Giants got a little help with the 2 fumbles on special teams.
Yes, I know.
I'm not going to put it all on that kid, though.
Well, the guy, he's the backup punt returner filling in for Ted Ginn.
Yeah,
and quite possibly, he's a rookie, biggest game of his life. And, he had 2 mistakes. One was very costly in setting up the Giants with the game-winning field goal. The other one in setting up the Giants with a touchdown, I believe.
Yes. Yeah, there was the perfect pass from Manning to Manningham, Super Mario, on a 3rd and 15.
And what a play by Devin Thomas to be aware to pick up that ball. And I thought I wasn't aware that you can't advance the ball on a punt. I thought it was going to be a touchdown because he did run it back.
I was aware of that, but that's just a dumb rule. It doesn't make any sense to me. If it hits off the guy, you should be able to freaking pick it up and advance it.
I know you can in Madden.
Absolutely.
I know that much.
Yeah.
So, guys, get your stuff together.
Yeah,
Madden knows what he's talking about.
Follow the rules of Madden, you'll be all right.
Those should be the NFL rules, the rules of Madden.
Absolutely. So we're not going to get into the Super Bowl yet. Super Bowl
we got 2 weeks for that.
We got plenty of time to talk about that.
But before we get into that,
it's a great matchup, though.
We got the Pro Bowl coming up this week, and as you know, the 2 teams in the Super Bowl.
Well,
their Pro Bowls,
they
won't be going to the Pro Bowl. So
I like
we got Eli being replaced by Cam Newton.
I like that.
How do you feel about that?
I like it.
I like it. He had a great year. Don't get me wrong, for being a rookie, most rushing touchdowns ever from a QB.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to look at the year Matthew Stafford had.
I know. But you don't know. Maybe he was asked and he turned it down.
That is true. He's been hurt.
He's been hurt. Maybe he doesn't.
I also don't see Breeze and Rodgers. One of them not going too. Possibly Rodgers.
That's why. Well, I mean, the Pro Bowl's a joke. I mean, pretty much everyone's whoever wants to go. Because no one really wants to go anymore. So it's a whole.
Well, they should go back to.
I don't buy into that.
Do you remember when they used to play just 2-hand touch on the beach?
Yeah, no.
They should go back to that. That was when the Pro Bowl was fun.
Yeah, it's a
have them do the fastest man competition, all that stuff.
They shouldn't even have it, in my opinion. It's just a pointless game. It doesn't make any sense.
At least have it after the Super Bowl again, like they used to.
Yeah, but even then, guys still don't want to go. That's when their off season. It's the time with the families.
It's the NFL's All-Star game.
Yeah, but it's stupid. It's pointless. But I like Newton replacing Eli. I like Julius Peppers replacing JPP.
Yeah, that's good.
I like Andy Dalton also, another rookie getting the nod, replacing Brady. I like that.
Well, if you think about it, who else are you going to put there in that AFC? You might have to take somebody from the NFC and give them.
You could take your boy Flacco.
No, he's not a Pro Bowl worthy quarterback. I'm telling you, I would rather take Stafford from the NFC and let him play for the AFC. At this point,
I think they should just get rid of it altogether. It's just a pointless, meaningless game.
It's for fun, though.
It's no fun. Enough with the Pro Bowl. I'm done with the Pro Bowl.
Okay, Mr. Grinch.
We're going to take a little break.
We want to have a little bit of fun on this show.
We have tons of fun. Relax. We're going to take a little break.
Yeah,
when we get back, stop interrupting me. We get tons of fun. Give me tons of fun.
Tons of fun, Horak.
When we come back, we're going to talk about UFC on FX. Great card.
Amazing card.
It was. It was freaking awesome. We're going to talk about
awesome.
When we come, that's patented too. Don't use that.
No,
when we come back,
you can't do that. Everybody says that.
When we come back, we're talking about the UFC. So stick around.
UFC on FX1. Huh?
Oh, stop. Oh, we can edit this out.
No, Anthony's got to edit it out.
Edit this out, Anthony.